I am proud, but I'm also humbled, and I think some of the things that are said here today make it obvious why someone would be. I'm proud to represent my country, our country in space, and I'm proud to be to have the opportunity to be the Canadian that's going to first command the spaceship to command the International Space Station. But of course, the humility when you look at the last 50 years of Canada in space, basically my entire life, Canada has been in space. And about twice as much as the speakers like I understand the story. Sorry, that's just and despite the, as Steve so ably recounted, the incredible capability of Alloy at the time, in retrospect now, it just seems so humble compared to the incredible accomplishments that have followed that. We challenge ourselves to use this technology to rise to new heights, to give ourselves new capabilities, and to challenge young Canadians, bright Canadians, to invent things that we've never thought of before. And I get to train all around the world. I'm on the road about 70% of the time because it's an international space station. And I can personally attest to the respect that we get when people see our flag on my shoulder. It means something to me everywhere I go. And that means a huge amount to me. And I treat it with great humility. And any achievement that any of us accomplish, of course, is on the shoulders of so many others. For me, I spacewalk on the shoulders of others. And I did that to those trailblazers. There's lots of names out there, but also to all of you, to the country and the leaders that have supported. And during, as was mentioned, during my second flight, I had the onerous task, but also the great honor of installing Canada's most capable robot at the time, Canadarm2, onto the International Space Station. And it is just one of many of the inventions we've come up with, but it is perhaps the most visible and a great measure of our respect in that Canadarm2 was trusted. Our whole nation was trusted because you couldn't have built a space station. It grabbed each piece hand over hand and built the International Space Station on behalf of all of us. And it has been the lever that has gotten Canadians on board, as Steve said, but also Canadian science on board, Canadian experiments on board. And it has led to technology across the country. An example like NeuroArm out in the west in Calgary that has done robotic brain surgery, removing tumors from the brain through, I don't know if it's a child or the grandchild of Canadarm, but it's building on that technology we developed for spaceflight. And hundreds of experiments will be performed during the 5 or 6 months that I'm up there. By the way, people have said the 5th of December. It's probably going to be the 19th. It's not an airline. Sometimes you have to adjust.
It's cheaper.
I think if you do, as Steve said, turn on that, the TV watch will be about 7 a.m. In the morning of December 19th. And we'll be performing hundreds of experiments. Everything from collecting antimatter from the universe with a huge spectrometer that's on the top, right through to a Canadian invention of a new way to look at, be able to instantly analyze blood, where it used to be sent it to the lab for a week to get the results back. The challenge of something new and difficult has made people invent something not much bigger than a toaster, which is 10 kilograms. It's not quite a tricorder yet, but still, it's a toaster-sized thing that you can put your blood in. But astronauts will be testing it for the first time during our 6 months up there. It's called microflow, and it's a great, just one of many. Everything from Canadarm down to that on board that has come from the investment and the work that we've done. And I've been asked many times, I was asked this morning, how long have I been training to become the commander of the International Space Station? And you could break it down into 2.5 years or 4 years, but in truth, this Canadian has been training for this his whole life. Since I watched Neil, who just passed away, and Buzz walk the moon, I joined the Air Cadets. I learned to fly with the Air Cadets. I went to military college. I joined the Air Force. I was a fighter pilot with the Air Force, and I've been an astronaut with the Canadian Space Agency for 20 years. And Canada has provided me with these opportunities. And it is indeed my honor to serve my country. Thank you very much.